still 4K. You can just lie in the meetings and pretend your camera can do what that camera can do. You're not going to lose or make any more business. Take the 20 grand. It ain't going to add money in directly, so you don't need it. You need to be getting rich from your company. Look after yourself first, because when your company fucks up, you need to be able to say, okay, abandon ship. Woo! Abandon ship with fucking suitcases. Don't abandon when I abandoned T2, I had nothing. And that was a mistake. I worked my ass off, sleepless nights, millions of dollars through the bank for nothing. Don't do that. Look after yourself first. This is point 13. A business won't last forever. You need to get rich quick and you need to take the money. Take the money for yourself. Don't run a business for vanity. Look after yourself. Get that money and keep it. If you have to choose between you and the company, most of the time you should be choosing you. Obviously it's a balance. You need to make sure your company's looked after. You need to reinvest in your company, blah, blah, of course. But still, you are the primary focus of your universe. Everything serves you, including your company. That's point 13. Don't make the mistake I made with T2. Putting it all back in and not looking after yourself. There's a reason why you can actually put this in the course. Look him up, Sir Philip Green with BHS. Billionaire, bought BHS, which is a big clothing store in England, saw it was failing, took billions and billions for himself, let it fail, let everyone's pensions go under, let it sink. Once he realized, you know what do I do here? Do I just make millions and billions for myself, or do I save this company? Nah, for me. He actually lost his lordship for it because they thought it was such an evil thing to do. Because like 10,000 old ladies lost their pensions who'd worked there for like 4 years. Pretty evil. But the point is the same. As a billionaire, he understood me first, company second. So he milked it. There was another company, it was a toy store, and they ran up until Christmas Day, and they took all the money for Christmas. No, it was a catalog. You remember the catalog? There was these Christmas catalogs. I can't remember. There's these Christmas catalogs, and you pay every month, and you build up this balance, and then before Christmas, you can order all your presents and all your food from the catalog. And they ran up until Christmas Day, and then they closed, took millions, and didn't deliver anything, ruined everyone's Christmases. I remember it was big in the news in England. They ruined something like 10,000 families' Christmases because they couldn't afford a Christmas anymore. But the managing director, because the managing director ended up going to court, but he still got away with it because it was legal, he took $7 million. He looked at his business and goes, you know what? I don't think this is sustainable anymore. I'm not going to put any more money into this shit. I'm going to take £7 million. I'm going to fuck it off. I'm going to deal with the big PR disaster. I'm going to go hiding and whatever. I've got $7 million. He looked after himself first. If he would have put that $7 million back in, the company would have gone bust a year and a half later and you'd have no money. Look after yourself first. Be ruthless with it. Take the money for you. There's no point in going through this stress for any other reason. So, Sir Philip Green, look him up. He did it with BHS. And you can also Google Christmas catalog bankruptcy. And you'll see both of these people, both times the managing directors took their money. Same thing with the big banks, when the big banks went bust. All the banking directors, you think they didn't take big money? When the big banks all fucked up, you think they didn't take their big bonuses first? The smart people know. Look after yourself first. Look after the business second. The smart people know that. So as long as you're financially okay, as long as your bills are paid, your mortgage is paid, and you have money, everything's going to be okay. Point 12. I've said this already, but I'm going to say it again. I've been over this, but I'm going to stress it. Like I said, some of these points are going to overlap a little bit because of the way I explain things off the top of my head, because I'm a fucking genius. I don't need to sit there and script this out. You can't fuck up if you don't spend money. This is key. It's very hard to fuck up if you don't spend money. Now, if you have a very successful business and you're sitting on lots of money and you don't upgrade your business and then you go out of business, that's a fuck up. You should have spent money, yes. If you're a Blockbuster and you are sitting waiting for people to rent videos and you didn't invest in a streaming service like Netflix and you go out of business, yeah, you fucked up. You should have spent money. But at the beginning of a company, as a hustler, if you don't spend money, it's very hard to fuck up. 99% of business fuck-ups are, I spent cash and I can't get it back. I spent cash and I lost it. I spent cash and now I don't have enough cash. If you don't spend, it's very difficult to fuck up. And this is why being broke is so liberating. I was happier starting businesses when I was broke. If you're watching this and you're broke and you're living at home with your mom, you are lucky. If everything goes wrong, you still have somewhere to sleep, you're still gonna eat, you haven't got to worry about a mortgage payment, you ain't got to worry about a car payment. If everything fucks up, you're still okay. If you're in a position where you're semi-successful, you have a BMW and an apartment, now you can't afford to fuck up, you're gonna lose everything. This is the point. So, if you're not successful, things are even better. But spending money is the easiest way to go wrong. If you don't blow money, it's very hard to fuck up. And that's why we go back to the way I teach you to start businesses for nearly for free. Don't spend money. If you're gonna spend money, spend it on what you spend it on here. Knowledge, information. I'm gonna save you thousands, hundreds of thousands for what you got this course for. But in general, I see people and they're so happy to spend money. Don't spend your money because it's very hard to fuck up if you're not spending money. If you've got a hustle, doesn't matter what it is, and it's bringing money in, yeah, and you're not spending money all the time, you'll be okay. Now, I'm not saying be tight, I'm not saying don't invest, I'm not saying be stingy, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying be careful and think, do I need to spend this money right now? And when you were to decide if you're gonna spend money or not, the question is it gonna make me more money? So, let's take our makeup brand. You have your makeup brand. I chose makeup because I don't know anything about makeup because I'm a man, so it's just a general thing. You have your makeup brand, you have your website, you're doing some advertising, you've got a few YouTubers, makeup YouTubers using your products and you're doing some advertising, you're bringing in money, right? You're bringing in money. Right now, you're all working from home. You're from home, you got boxes around your bedroom, you're working on a laptop, you're making money. Now, you have some money you can spend. How do you spend that money? I'm asking you, but I already know the answer. The answer is, you spend the money in a way that will bring more money in. So let's say you're semi-successful now. You may sit and think, well, I want an office now. I need to get an office. No, you want an office. You don't need an office. You're making money without an office. Setting up an office, is that going to bring in more orders? How is you being in an office when the website's exactly the same going to bring in more orders? It's not. It's not going to change anything. If you spend that money on more YouTubers talking about your products, you'll bring in more money. Only spend money if it's going to directly, if you can see the clear path to how it's going to lead to more money in, or don't spend it. Too many people fuck up because they just go, oh yeah, let me invest in, oh, I need an office, or I have this all the time with people, all the time. I get approached with this all the time. You need a back end. Fucking back end. All the time. You need to spend, it was only 2 days ago, 15,000 euro he wanted to build me this super back end, because I have the war room, which is all run on Telegram, and all this bots. So when someone buys a product, it automatically links to their Telegram ID, automatically adds them in and out. The war room checks what other products they have, links them into the right rooms in the war room, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I see how that would be useful, a huge, very complicated technical back end. But I don't see how that's going to bring more people in the front. I'm a millionaire. He wanted 15 grand, which is nothing. I don't see how me having all this fancy shit behind my website at this current stage, maybe at a later date, is going to make more people buy from my website. So why do I need it? All I need is people to buy. I don't need this back end, fucking back end, this big, huge back end for money. That may speed up things once they've already purchased. But right now I'm doing everything manually with staff, and the staff are competent and it's getting done. It's fine. So why do I need to spend this money? It goes against my business principles. When someone explains to me how this back end will convince more people at the front end to buy, then I'll be interested. But until then, if I'm going to spend 15 grand, I'm going to spend it on bringing more people in the front door. Now, if I get overloaded and there's no possible way I can deliver on my products, I'll buy a back end. But until that happens, I am only interested in one thing: money in. What's the other lessons I taught you in the first 10 lessons? One of the lessons was what? What's a business? A business is this. This is a business. This is a website, ain't a business. Money in the bank ain't a business. A back end ain't a business. The only thing that's a business is this. Orders coming in. That is a business. The rest of it is bullshit fulfillment. This is your focus. As long as you have this, you will be okay. T2 succeeded for a year, and it would have been for many years, because of this. As long as you have this, nothing will go wrong. If this goes,